Now I've grown over 20 businesses in the last 17 years and I've made hundreds of millions of dollars. And I've noticed that in every single business, they need to solve these 5 problems in order to make more money and then grow larger. So I thought I'd share in this video the 5 problems that you need to solve and actually how to solve them. Now the first one is how to find your best customer. Because when you start, you just sell to anyone who actually can pay you. And that's normal because you need to pay your bills. But then you reach a level of like $1 million a year, and this starts to cause problems because you end up with all different types of customers who want different things. And it's hard to actually keep them all happy. So this is when you need to learn to say no to some customers in order to improve your quality and actually scale your business. So what do you need to do? You need to make a list of all your customers. You need to mark the ones that you actually like working with, note which ones spend the most, identify the ones that give you the most, let's say, profit, and then find the ones that are easiest to work with. So look for the customers that fit these 4 categories. These are your ideal customers. And if all your ideal customers were like this, you would make so much more money without even changing anything else. And Warren Buffett wisely said this once. He said, the difference between successful people and really successful people are the ones that have the ability to say no to almost everything. Let's take my Inspired Digital agency as an example. The clear sweet spot for us was e-com stores doing $3 to $20 million in revenue because they were large enough to understand that they have a creative strategy in place. They provide content on a regular basis for us to use. And they weren't big enough, so then they would actually take the service in-house. So we were able to keep these clients longer, spend more money, which in turn, we made more money as an agency. The second is getting prices and pay right. The second problem is about money, either not charging enough or paying too much. For example, you're running a landscaping business, you're paying your workers 70% of what you charge customers. You won't have enough left over to cover expenses and make a profit. Or if you're a consultant charge $50 an hour, when others in your field charge $150, you're just leaving money on the table. You need to find a way to make enough money even when you're as busy as possible. So what to do? Look closely at your prices and how much you pay others. Are you charging enough? Are you paying too much? And don't be afraid to make changes. Remember, you need to make money in order to keep the business running. And the biggest advantage or leverage move you can make is changing what prices that you sell your product for. And you have to nail the individual model where you can make enough money at full capacity. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, if I change the compensation of my employees, they'll leave, or if I increase my prices, I'll lose customers. But the truth is, if you don't change one of those 2, you'll never grow. So which one is it? The third one, not growing too fast. The third problem happens when you're not making enough money as you think. I'll just do more of what I'm doing, but sometimes doing more of the same thing just makes the problem even bigger. I often see this with online course creators. They have one course that they're not selling well, and instead of improving that course or their marketing, they create 5 other courses. This spreads their income, their time and resources without actually solving the original problem. So remember, making more money should be the result of doing things well, not the main goal. Focus on doing things better, not just by doing more. So what to do? Before you try and grow bigger, make sure you're doing what you're doing now, you're doing as good as possible. What can you do things that are better than your current businesses? What things can you fix before actually trying to get bigger? Now the fourth thing is staying focused. And this problem is pretty much across the board. Business owners often want to try new things consistently. When something works, they think that's a great idea, I can do everything else. And here's the problem. You shouldn't keep starting new things. Every new opportunity looks different. There's always a reason why it seems good and looks like a good idea. And you can't run 2 businesses well at the same time. For instance, if you're running a successful coffee shop, you might be tempted to start a bakery, then a catering service, then an online coffee subscription. Each might sound like a good idea, but they will take away resources and time from the core business. I stay focused by saying no to things. And every time I say no to a new idea, I feel good about it because I know I'm staying focused on the core business. And today I'm actually more proud of the things that I say no to than the things I say yes to. And Steve Jobs hit the nail on the head when he said, people think focus means saying yes to the thing you've got to focus on, but it's not. It means actually saying no to the 100 other good opportunities out there, and you have to pick carefully. So what to do? Start writing down every time you have to say no to a new idea or opportunity. And at the end of the month, look at your list and you'll see how many distractions you've actually avoided. Now the fifth thing is building a real business, not just selling one thing. And this is the last problem because when you have a product, not a business, it's different. This means you sell one thing to one person at one time. There's no way for people to buy more or buy it regularly. This isn't a valuable business. For example, if you sell homemade furniture instead of just selling a table once to a customer, how can you think about creating ongoing value? Can you offer an annual roof finishing service? Can you sell matching chairs or over time create a subscription model for custom coasters to match the table, whatever it is? You need to find ways for people to buy from you again and buy more things or buy regularly. So what to do? Think about how customers can buy from you. Where can you add more value? Can you create more products, services? How can you turn one-time buyers into regular customers? And I believe if you actually love what you're doing, you can grow any business to be very big. But you have to face these problems. You have to fix the mistakes, even when it's hard. It hurts to fix mistakes, but never fixing them is worse to begin with. So these are the 5 big problems that I've seen over the last 20 businesses that I've developed. Everyone thinks the situation is special and it's unique, and they can't change their prices or they can't change the pay. It's different for them, but eventually these things won't change anyway. So it's better to fix the problems now. Each of these problems feel easier to ignore at first, but once you actually face them and move forward, then you'll see how easy it is to begin with. So here's what you should do for now. Pick one of these 5 problems for the next 30 days. Focus on solving that one problem in your business and don't worry about the other ones for now. Go out there, face these problems, and then watch your business grow. And then once you do this, remember, every big business you admire once faced these exact same problems. The only difference is they solved them. And now you can too. So it's time to get to work. So if that video was helpful, like, share, comment, subscribe, you know the drill. And leave any comments in terms of what you're struggling with now so I can create some content to hopefully assist you overcome those hurdles also.